Alright, hey guys. So I know this is late. I know I said I'm gonna do this for Wednesday nights, but yesterday was complicated. So I got the day before yesterday, like Tuesday night, I gotten free passes to go see the Hate You Give in Atlanta. That happened last night. I'm thinking, oh, that's so cool. I got an invite. My workshop got canceled. I can actually go there like right after class and then make it in on time because it started at 6:30 and it was like an hour drive. So I'm like, okay, I'm parked. I usually park at the Oak and go straight onto the highway. It's like a mile away, like 2 miles away. So I'm like, cool, I can go there. Tell me how your girl forgot not only the star on, but the fact is my gym choreo class is at 8:30 and mind you, I have homework that was due today. I had to get that done, as well as get back with the people with the estimate for my car and pick up my laptop. After getting my screen fixed because it broke earlier last month. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna make it, am I? I'm not gonna make it. And mind you, the one time I don't go to a screening, it's the one screening where the whole cast is doing a Q&A before the movie. I am so upset. Not only that, it was like a whole premiere. I'm like, how did I wish someone gave me like a heads up. I wish I got a heads up on the gram or something that I could have gone. Like, oh my god. And all my faves who have filmed their shows in Atlanta were there. I'm just like, how did I miss this? But anyway, you know what? There's going to be another screening. It's going to come out for like 2 weeks. And I think there's going to be another screening last week. Because I know Fox is putting this out. And I know with most of their films, they always do like multiple screenings before the movie's even out. I remember with Love, Simon, they did like screenings for like a whole month it was out. So hopefully I can go see it next week. The next one I'm going to be seeing is Bad Times at the El Royale. I'll probably get there because it starts later than usual. So I'll hopefully be able to go to that one and do a review for you guys. Because apparently the movie is half hours long. I don't think they're going to show it in my area because it's just a really small theater. So I'm probably going to have to go to Douglasville for that. But hey, you gotta deal with. Anyway, I'll leave links down below to where you can actually go onto the websites and actually see these free tickets. Anyway, let's get on to this episode recap. So, I told you guys I went to the gym, right? It started at 8:30. It's an hour-long class, and it's 9:30. So, literally, I missed the first half. And then, I was able to catch the second half while I was on the treadmill because they just added TVs on the thing. And, I could have watched it later when it, did a rerun at, 11. But the thing is, East Coast is so lit on Twitter than West Coast. I know it sounds bad, but that's just my honest opinion. Honestly, I'm really just like live tweeting on Twitter during these episodes. But anyway, we start off the show with. Actually, I'm trying to remember. We start off the show with Carlotta seeing Hail. I'm glad they brought Brett back, for season 3 in this kind of form. But it also makes me worry about Carlotta. And then we see Andy. I'm like, Andy, why are you here? You're supposed to be in hiding. And he's like, I'm not going to hide anymore. I have a way to get the money. But it doesn't work like that. The Cassie has a reputation. Like Carlotta said, it's the streets. You can't just fix it up. And he asked her why hadn't she said anything like, it's family, don't snitch. And she feels guilty for not telling Cotton at all. But, she figures that it's better to hide it because no telling Cotton what we would do. She would just go rogue. Then we see her go to Star's doctor's appointment with her. Star's kind of disappointed that Simone is not, there to support her. And I'm going to get to Simone later because she was pissing me off during this episode. So we see Star, get an ultrasound. Carlotta's giving her a pep talk, because she's scared to become like her mom. And that's just not, she promises that she's not going to be like her mom, Mary, and not get addicted to drugs and be neglectful because she has a whole village to support her. And I love the fact that, even though the girls mess up mostly at times, they always, come back for each other eventually. And I know you guys, I'm probably messing with my hair a lot. I cut the split ends off of my wig last night because they were just literally fermenting up. I only cut like probably 2 inches off and styled it a little. And, I'm just going for like the bob right now. I'm probably going to switch to the other one that I have. It's kind of longer, it's kind of black, so I'm probably just going to do this like a business kind of wig. So yeah, anyway, now on to the episode. We cut to Alex and Derek. They kind of push back the trip for moving to New York because Alex has to stay here and finish the album. We see Miss Ruby basically folding laundry, just staying quiet, and Derek notices that she's been quiet, and he sees her with the bruise on her face, and he asks her what's going on, and she doesn't want to say anything, until like later when we don't see it at all on the screen. So then after that, they call the police, and basically they get her clothes and shows evidence that it's a sexual assault, and they want her to go to the hospital, do a rape kit really quick before the evidence goes away. And she doesn't want to be touched at all. She's still traumatized, and it hurt me so much to see Miss Ruby like that. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I know that that kind of stuff happens to like the elderly. Like, I've seen reports of that happening in Atlanta. I was just completely shocked and disgusted. I'm just like, ugh, why you gotta do it to Miss Ruby? Like, man, she was the tough one. Like, she's always the tough cookie that gets everybody together. But oh man, this is gonna hurt so much. So then Alex, she comes home, and she takes Miss Ruby to the hospital because she's too traumatized to go with anybody else. Derek, he is mad, and he wants to find the person who did this. We see Alex go to the hospital with her, and before that, they actually smoke a couple blunts together. Low off, I didn't know Alex was smoking. I did not know we've gotten this far. I'm really worried. I'm kind of low-key paranoid she may turn to drinking. And what I've read with the synopsis for the next 2 episodes, I feel like she's gonna, kind of like put herself into some sort of project to distract her from her grief and her trauma. And I'm just like, girl, you can't be getting high all the time. Like, I mean, every once in a while is okay. I'm not judging any kind of recreation, but girl, you cannot be in the weed. And she basically told Miss Ruby about Bianca and how she feels guilty for her getting taken off the plane first, and she tells her it's not her fault, and she says the same to Miss Ruby, and they eventually go to the hospital. They had been waiting for hours to get checked out, and she basically goes to like one of the doctors on call and basically tells them, like, hey, we're waiting for hours, we need a rape kit done, you gotta get this thing done quick and fast. Like, oh, we only have one nurse on the staff. And that's the crazy thing with me. I'm just like, because one thing that annoys me so much is that the fact that there's so many facilities that are just a mess. And even though I want to be a doctor, I want to be somewhere like where they got it together. And the thing is, it's just a messy situation with like funding and like overall care. It just really sucks. But yeah, I liked how Alex and Miss Ruby were kind of bonding together. I didn't know. I mean, I knew like Miss Ruby liked Alex, but like I feel like with this, they both suffer trauma, and I really think that they'll both have a closer relationship since she was there for her. And Alex, she basically made Derek realize that he doesn't have to be strong for the both of them all the time, and that he can basically let out his emotions. And we ain't gonna go into the masculinity thing, it's a long discussion, but I'm really glad they had that moment together, and I feel like we're gonna see so much for this season with them. Dear God, I'm freaking out, but I'm saving that for my predictions later towards the end of the video. Then we're moving up to Star stuff. So Star, she gets outed by Mateo when he wants to cast her and Noah in a movie, but the problem is that she's pregnant. So Carlotta tells them to basically keep in strict confidence. Now I knew that wasn't gonna happen, because not even an hour later he posts on a blog spot that Star is pregnant, and Star is pissed, and she basically charges into the office telling him that you are not gonna be profiting off of my life. You had no right. And the thing is, people get mad at celebrities for not, announcing their pregnancies sooner and like not showing their kids. That's their right. That's their life. What gives you the right to be just wanting in their business like that? That ain't cool. So one thing I love is that Star basically threw up on Mateo and was like, "You taking out my budget." I'm like, girl, that's the one time. That's like one of the few times I actually agree with you on what you do. Whew, that was just funny. So then we had the press conference for the movie. They want take 3 on the soundtrack, and Alex is off with Miss Ruby while Simone and Star are with Noah. They have this press conference. It goes horribly wrong because everybody wants to know who the father of Star's baby is, and she basically just goes off, and the trolls are really getting to her, and it's making her really insecure. Added on the hormones, that's gonna make her feel really insecure. Meanwhile, Doggone Simone, still, hung up on like her night with the boss's wife, and her stuff with Angel. She's still mad at Star. I'm like, girl, it's been 3 months. You can't let this go. Like, Alex moved on fine. She good. Meanwhile, you just pissed. I'm like, and then she said something that's so mean. It's like, you're gonna screw up that kid just like Mama with us. I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you say? I can't. I feel like Simone's gonna annoy me so much this season because episode 1 she made me mad, trying to be grown. Then episode 2 she's being mean to her sister, and I guess sisters fight. I have a sister, but I wouldn't go that far into a low blow, especially get at her for like having a doctor's appointment. I'm like, why? But anyway, we later, man, I'm trying to pinpoint. I'm everywhere. So, basically Cassie and Maurice are trying to open this, nightclub and streaming thing. Cassie wants Noah, but Noah doesn't want to F with Maurice. And then, she's trying to get him. And then basically, Noah, he considers it, but he has to go through Carlotta. And I think he hired Carlotta back as his manager. I'm not sure. He mentions Andy's back. I'm just like, dude, damn. Because Andy had asked him for money earlier, and he said no. And then later in the episode, he asked Star, if I'm the father, I want to be involved. I don't want to be like Debbie, like my dad. I'm taking responsibility. And I actually own him up to. I actually like that he owns up to that. And there's just some people, they get together because they want for the best of the kids. I dealt with that in my life too. It's okay to not be together, but also co-parent. And I'm really glad Noah was willing to co-parent, even though it was just a really, unexpected thing. But Star says like she did the math and he's not the father. I refuse to believe that it's Jackson, which we find out later that Jackson is actually the father. She goes to his door and basically, says like has an ultrasound for him. It's like, you the dad. And first off, I'm like, okay, how long was this tour? Because Star's still like 5 months pregnant, and we pick up 3 months later. So I'm thinking she had to be pregnant before this tour even started. So I'm still hoping that it's Noah's baby. I'm telling you, I'm putting bets right now. Mid-season finale, she's gonna give birth, and we're gonna see a mixed baby. I'm putting money on it right now. Leave me your predictions in the comments. Then we see Simone, go out of her way and basically ask for the role and to audition for the role. And she basically puts her foot down saying, like, I'm more relatable with this character. She grew up in a foster home. I went to juvie. My mom's a junkie. And she is ready to fight for what she wants. And she even threatened Mateo saying, like, if you mess with my sister again, I'm going to beat your ass so hard you ain't going to forget it. I'm like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. I actually like this kind of moment. But yeah, also the wife also said, like, apparently she threw up all over her clothes and that they just talked and that she fell asleep. That was it. I refuse to believe that. I'm honestly low-key predicting that there could have been a tape. There could have been a tape. Maybe Mateo was on it. I don't know. Maybe something happened where she does not remember. But, whew, man, this is going to be a scandalous season. Let me tell you what. Yeah, with all that, the girl shot a video, basically dropping a song, basically, coming for the haters and everybody. They actually posted that right before the episode. That's why I was like kind of hoping they put some clips of the episode before the episode even airs, like they did with last season. I used to hate it when they do that, but now I love it because I'm gonna be catching like only half of it this next couple of weeks, or depending when they change the Zumba schedule next semester. So yeah. Then Carlotta versus Cassie, we had that, and basically Carlotta's just trying to keep it together because Mateo literally wants her to be her little bitch, basically. And basically they see the video, and then Mateo was like, this is disqualifies the chance of being on the soundtrack. And she was like, oh no, this is gonna be on Take Three's next album. I'm like, okay, let me see this album though. Okay, let's go. And then we see her talk to Hail again, and it's just like, you gotta worry about her mental state a little, and it's just like a lot of her dealing with a lot of stuff. So, also we see Cotton and Jaden. I'm so glad Jaden's back, guys. I'm happy he's back. And we see that Jaden's really traumatized by Hail's death because his grandpa, saved his life, and, he was murdered. And, it's really, people don't understand how kids process stuff. Like, even though he was there for a short time, he impacted his life so much. And, even though he's a little boy, he sees these things, and we gotta pay attention. You gotta talk to your kids. So, I think I went for everything. Oh, yeah. Noah's dad, basically showed us by the source that basically, like, I've been sleeping in my car, and, I've been in there up until, like, broke down. So, he doesn't even ask for, like, a place to stay. So, he basically, walks into his apartment, basically kind of squatting. So yeah, it's basically a run through of all the everything that happened in this episode. So I was gonna do a separate video for predictions and theories. I'm just doing like this mid-season because honestly we're probably not gonna come back until like March. So I'm gonna do like the mid-season part basically here. I wanted to combine it because I'm really cut on short for time because I gotta go to the dentist later to get a cavity filled, and that's gonna be hurting, and I'm not gonna be wanting to do anything except go see Lady Gaga at the movies later. So my overall predictions for the mid-season: 1, Noah's definitely the father because I feel like Star's putting Jackson in as a cover-up, not just for press, but also the fact that I think Star doesn't think Noah's gonna stay clean for that long, even though she really thinks that he has a chance. I don't think she wants to rope him into that with their history, so I think that's gonna happen. Number 2, Simone is gonna get too over her head with trying to be into herself. I feel like some scandal's gonna happen, and that's gonna lead me to my number 4. 3, I think Alex is going to find some alternative to dealing with her PTSD that is going to kind of have a negative effect later on in the season, and I think she's going to go to therapy eventually. Hopefully, I'm praying she does. Number 4, with Mateo, I feel like he had the vendetta to get this label out of Gravity Media, and I feel like he's going to do the same thing that he did the Star to Simone and Alex, okay? Because people don't know about Alex having the abortion. People don't know about Simone being married and her husband's in the Dominican Republic. So I feel like we're going to be having some stuff outed later. Also, I read the synopsis for episode 3 and 4 this morning. My 5th one is that I feel like Alex may have a stalker slash like a two-faced kind of person in her life, because I read the synopsis. You can read it below, but I feel like this person's either going to get very attached to her and she's going to be a stalker, or this person's going to try to dig some dirt on her to sell to the press because she's really hot right now. She's kind of like Black Twitter's it girl right now. And I feel like there's going to be some outing of her business, basically out there in the media, and it's going to do some more damage than good. So there's that. Okay, my 6th one is that Cassie's going to get killed off by the end of the season because she's really trying it with Carlotta right now. I think Maurice is gonna be in over his head and realize, hey, I should not get on in the business with her. I want out. I don't know if Maurice is gonna make it that long either. Number 7. Oh yeah, the baby's gonna be a boy. Because I feel like a girl would be like too into it, like with like the generational thing. Even though it would be nice, I feel like we're gonna get a boy, and now's the time is to like Noah being the dad, be like, I'm gonna do better by my son too. So yeah. Number 8. Y'all, I've said this before. I really want a Dallas proposal by the mid-season. I'm hoping for it. We put for too much in season 2 to not have this happen. So I'm hoping for like a Dallas proposal. That's like my 8th prediction. I'm probably gonna end that off with like 10, probably by the end of this. 9. I feel like Angel is gonna find some way back to Atlanta. I'm not sure, but we'll find some way back. Either that or they end up in the DR for some reason. Probably maybe a music video collab with like a Latin artist. I'm hoping. Lee Daniels, Star, if you're watching, please take my suggestions. Okay, so my number 10 one is that Star will give birth at the mid-season finale. May leave us in a cliffhanger of whether she's gonna make it or the baby's gonna make it. Also, same time, we're gonna have like a showdown between Carlotta and Cassie. I'm pretty sure Khan's gonna find out that Hail was murdered by Cassie's goons. I really think Derek's going to propose to Alice at the mid-season finale. I'm really hoping on that. And Simone, I have no idea. I feel like Simone will kind of give in and probably get caught in the Ferreira's, swinger club. I really hope not. Dear God, I'm scared. But yeah, I kind of have like 2 little Fury episodes in my head. I have one where Take 3 does a collab with a Latin artist, maybe Maluma or Louis Fonsi or Bad Bunny. I don't know. Whoever they can get would be awesome. They shoot in the DR or Puerto Rico. Angel eventually finds out that they're shooting there, and he comes over to see Simone. And maybe Derek will surprise Alex with a proposal. It would be so sweet. Maybe they elope. I don't know. But then episode 2, the second episode I have in Fury is that with the mid-season finale, since Atlanta gets crazy weather in the wintertime, we either get a huge rainstorm, which is probably maybe aftermath of a hurricane, or we have a snowstorm. And this will probably be the episode where, Star gives birth. Because I feel like with the mid-season finale, we're going to have a birth, a proposal, and a death. Because someone is always dying in this show. Honestly, this is just so entertaining because it's more entertaining than Empire, and I kind of like it because it always has me wanting to keep watching, and I love it. So yeah, that's my little bit of theories and predictions and my episode review for season 3, episode 2. I promise this will be more structured when I get into like doing like these reviews, because the thing I'm doing is probably I'm gonna watch it in the morning. And then I'm probably going to do my review during my 2-hour break from my classes. Because I'm only like a minute from campus. So I'm probably going to film that in the morning and have it posted by like 11. So, anyway, this is my long ass video for Star Season 3, Episode 2. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. And if you like the episode or not. Your girl, peace out. My love, and have a great weekend.